Hey folks, Vortex here and welcome to my review of the 7hz Sonus. This uses a 1DD and one balanced armature per side. Where music comes alive, let Sonus fill your world with sound. As it states there, so as usual, full disclaimers, I'd like to thank Linsol for sending me this sample to try. So thank you very much. I was not paid to do this video and all thoughts and opinions are my own. And this one is, I think, semi-affordable. I'll have to double check the price. And yeah, let's just get into it. So a closer look at what you get. So like I said, 1DD, 1BA, that's what it looks like, which we'll see in a bit. Information there, basically the same there. So quite a bit. So obviously balanced armature. I'm quite curious if that's in the shell or in the nozzle. Obviously the diagram, what it is. Specs 30 ohms, 109 decibel sensitivity, 11.3. That might be the DD. I can't stand Chinese. Obviously pin type, total harmonic distortion, frequency response. And yeah, I have no idea what these are like. I have not tried these yet. All I've done is I've just took the cellophane off. 7hz. They've done some nice bits of tuning, so I'm quite curious to what these pulls. Yeah, but what's this is like. Let's have a look. So get to that in a bit. So little leather pouch. So I didn't know it came with different vents, not the vent, kind of the nozzle dust covers, if you want to call it that. Okay, didn't know that. Tips, quite a few. Cable seems fine, straight 3.5. Not really keen on you can actually see the exposed wires, but you know, does it really matter? Obviously some paperwork, the user manual there. It's just basically common sense. So that's kind of cool, like a flat cable. I have to see what that's like in reality. So split there, chin slider here, seems okay. Have another look. Onto the earphones themselves. So obviously that's the right unit. Seems quite nice. Yeah, so the BA is actually in the shell. That's normally a better sign. You can see it there. Big DD. I like how it's really clear. That's a right funky kind of system on the top. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have no idea what these are like. I've seen no graphs and nothing like that. So yeah, as usual, spend a bunch of time with it, and I'll see you in the future. Yeah, so welcome to my review section of the 7hz Sonus. So that's what it looks like with the cable. Actually not too bad at all. I've never really seen many cables like this, see where it's flat. Obviously it's a good build, and obviously that's what it looks like attached. And that's it, so let's take these off. So kind of build quality is, let's just go to this. So our build quality on this set is actually, seems average, as you can see. Have a better look inside. But your build quality seems okay, which is fine really, as long as it doesn't fall apart, and it's not too bad. Obviously quality control is important. You'll see, I'll talk about that when I get to the graph. Yeah, so it looks like. So comfort on these is actually okay. It does have this here, which may or may not be uncomfortable for you. And there's a red dot as well for the cable, if you don't know which way it goes in. The BA is here, which is a good thing. And also they seem to have mixed them together, which does help the timbre of these. Yeah, comfort was okay, just bear that in mind. So power and sensitivity, super easy to power, you don't need anything special. Kind of normal, shall I say. There it focuses. Yeah, so timbre of these is actually better than I expected. I was expecting to sound a bit off with the BA, but I think because they share the same cavity, it doesn't sound too bad. Let's just take one of these tips off. So yeah, that's what it looks like. There's the BA there. I don't know the brand. But yeah, not too bad at all. Sound stage on these is actually not too bad. It seems to have pretty decent width from what I tried, and the depth seems okay. And the same thing goes to imaging. Imaging is actually okay. I think the BA sometimes helps with imaging as well, but yeah, not too bad at all. Looks like there's some sort of dampener there or something like that. Obviously you saw in the unboxing part that there's spare ones. So yeah, so sound, actually no, technicalities before. So technicalities on this set are actually not too bad as well. Nothing groundbreaking, but again, pretty decent. So sound, because that's obviously what you're here for. So I've laid the graph now, you can take a look. Now, one thing I noticed is channel match is actually not too bad at all. It's just a little bit off in the treble region, but I didn't actually notice that. Again, I always graph mine after my impressions. I find that works better. So low end is, excuse me, low end is actually quite impactful. It has more low end than I expected, and the impact is pretty good. It sounds pretty clean as well. The bass on this was a little bit more, is a little better than I expected from this. I wasn't like a DD1BA. I was expecting like big V shape or something, but it isn't. So looks like a bit of effort has gone into these, but low end is pretty good. Good attack. I've tried this just before this video with some with melodic techno, and it just sounds great. It sounds really good for that, but obviously that's my preference. But excuse me, but yeah, it sounds pretty good. Mid-range is another good part of these. You can see there is an elevation towards the top, so it does a forward upper mid-range, but I found that it wasn't really fatiguing. It's probably the right amount maybe, and the mid-range on these is solid, plus the bleed from the bass is minimal. So yeah, on the whole, the mids on this set are actually pretty good. Again, a bit better than expected. I was expecting more V-shape and it wasn't, so yeah, that's pretty much it, and it just sounded quite clear. Now treble, like I already said before, that there's a little bit of an imbalance. It's not too bad. I didn't notice that before I graphed it. So one thing I did notice though is when I was listening to a part of a podcast, just a lady speaking in it, it did sometimes did seem a little bit sharp. So it's either like that 2K-ish or maybe probably more likely where there's a little bit towards 4 to 5K. But when I play that in music, I didn't notice it. So it may just be that certain pitch that she's at. But I thought I'd share it anyway. It may or may not be important, but that's what I saw on my impressions anyway. But on the whole, the treble is actually pretty good. The 8K is fake. It does have good air. There is a peak, as you can see, about 11, 12. I didn't really notice that, but it did give it the air that it probably needed. They also do have more extension than I didn't expect. I was expecting by 10K they'd fall off a cliff like a lot of models do, but these actually do keep going. And yeah, treble is actually pretty good. They do sound better than I expected, and also the timbre of these I think is better than again I expected, is because it shares the same cavity as the dynamic driver. There's also no BA. Sometimes you get like the nose dampers. There isn't that, but there is a dampener in the nozzle itself, obviously, which helps. So yeah, on the whole, they do sound pretty good. Again, I was expecting them to be worse tuned than this, to be honest, because I hadn't seen a graph. But yeah, on the whole, not too bad. So conclusion is, do I recommend these? Yes. Again, the only real negatives I think are maybe the price. These are $60. Well, $59.99. I think they maybe should be close to $50 maybe. And like just said, sometimes it can be a bit sharp. But again, apart from that, they're fine. Cable's good. You get loads of tips. Easy to power. Build quality seems fine. Overall, they are actually quite a good set. Have another look. See, there's the balance armature. Again, there's dampening in the nozzle. But yeah, quite a good set. $60. Again, I do like electronic music, so they do suit that quite well. Yeah, I'll probably end it there. On the whole, I recommend them. Good set, not perfect, but a lot more pros than cons basically. So obviously that's what it looks like with the tip on. You can see the kind of guard there, and that's it. Not a bad set. Again, my preference is electronic music, and for that they do seem a good set. Yeah, that's it. So if you're anything particular, please do let me know in the comments as per usual. And yeah, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you in my next video.